Welcome students to Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Hello students, today we will start with part 4 of chapter number 1, Introduction to Partnership and Partnership Final Account. Students, just see the pro forma of trading account. Already we have done this in 11th standard, but we will do revision here. Trading account, it records all your factory expenses or manufacturing expenses. It follows the rule of nominal account, that is debit side all expenses which are related with factory and incomes which are related with factory. See here, pro forma of profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, we record all office and administrative expenses, selling and distribution expenses, and all financial expenses. Again, profit and loss account, it follows the rule of nominal account, that is debit side all expenses and credit side all incomes. Now the first item of profit and loss account should be credit side, gross profit. So whenever we are going to start with profit and loss account, we have to leave one line. The gross profit that we have got from trading account, we will transfer to profit and loss account credit side. Now come on the debit side of profit and loss account. All your office expenses or selling and distribution and financial expenses we will record here. Just go through this. Now, after doing posting of profit and loss account, we will do the balancing, that is we will do the total of either debit side or credit side, whichever is greater. If the credit side is greater, we will do the total of credit side. We will bring it on the debit side. We will minus all our expenses and here we will get here net profit. Students, remember, net profit we will get here on the debit side. So here it will come to net profit. Now, this net profit we are going to distribute to the partners as per the ratio that is given in the sum. If the ratio is not given, in that case we are going to distribute it equally to the partners. And if our debit side is greater, we will bring the total on the credit side. Here we will get net loss. Remember, if our debit side is greater, it is our net loss. So therefore, this net loss we will again distribute among the partner as per the ratio given. Now partners capital account. Partners capital account, the opening balance will appear on credit side, that is your buy balance brought down. Or if we have open current account, then buy balance brought down here on the credit side. And all the adjustments which are related with the partners, we will do it here. After doing the adjustment, we will close the partners capital account. And the net profit that we have got from profit and loss account, we are going to transfer here in partners capital or current account. Now we have to close partners capital account. We will bring the balance here into the liability side or asset side. Now if you will get balance on debit side, that is to balance carried down, this balance will come here on liability side. And if we will get balance on the credit side, that is buy balance carried down, the balance will appear in asset side. See the pro forma of balance sheet. Balance sheet, liability side, the first, it is capital. The balance amount that we have got in partner's capital or current account, we will bring it over here. And all the liabilities we are going to write it here on the liability side. And all other assets of the company will come here on the asset side. Now this is the final stage of final account. After doing posting and adjustment, we will do the total of balance sheet. Here, the balance sheet should get tally. If our balance sheet will get tally, it means our sum is correct. Let us understand here adjustment and its effect. Students, we know that adjustments are very important here. It is a second part of final account. We have to learn thoroughly all adjustment and its effect. First, we will start with closing stock. Closing stock, first effect, it will come here, trading account, credit side, and second effect will appear on asset side. Student, just see here, I have given you in very simple way to understand adjustment and its effect. It's very simple for you to remember. Now just see here, second, outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses means unpaid. We have not paid the expenses and therefore this amount we are going to add to the respective expenses. So the first effect is add to respective expenses and the amount we have not paid, therefore it is considered liability. The second effect will come on the liability side. The third adjustment, outstanding income or income receivable. It means our income is due but we have not received. Again, the first effect of outstanding, it is going to remain same, that we are going to add to respective income and from this much of amount our assets is going to be increased, therefore the second effect will come on the asset side. So we have to remember whether it is outstanding expenses or outstanding income. The first effect is going to remain same, that is add, and the second effect we have to remember like this. If it is expenses, it will come on the liability side, and if it is income, it will come on the asset side. Now let us see the fourth, that is prepaid expenses. Prepaid or advance, it means we have already paid in advance. Therefore, we are going to subtract it from the respective expenses, and this expenses, it belongs to future period, and therefore the second effect will come on the asset side. The next is number 5, prepaid income or income received in advance. It means here already we have received the income which belongs to future period. Therefore, the first effect is less from income and the second effect is your liability. Again, students, remember it is prepaid, whether it is your expenses or its income. The first effect that is going to remain same, that we have to subtract either from expenses or incomes, and the second effect will come here expenses, then asset side, and if it is your income then it will appear on the liability side. The next is depreciation. Depreciation, it reduces the value of the assets. So therefore the first effect is we will subtract it from assets and it is your expenses, and therefore the second effect will come in profit and loss account debit side. Number 7, bad debts. Bad debt adjustment, it is related in profit and loss account and balance sheet asset side. Now let us first see here asset side, sundry debtor. Already this we are going to copy from trial balance. Now new bad debt, that is given you in the adjustment. So first we will subtract new bad debt from sundry debtor, and from this amount we will calculate new RDD if they have given in percentage. We will subtract this and we will bring the amount in outer column. Now both new bad debt and new RDD that we have subtracted from sundry debtor, we are going to add the same into here bad debts. Now students, just see here P&L debit side, two bad debts, below that add new bad debt, add new RDD. So here we are going to add this both. Now it is given here less old RDD. Now this amount we will get it from trial balance, and therefore students, make a habit to write two bad debts, add new bad debt, add new RDD and minus old RDD, and subtract it and bring the amount in outer column. The next is reserve for discount on debtor. First effect we have to give here balance sheet asset side, sundry debtor. From sundry debtor, first we have to subtract new bad debt, then new RDD, and on this balance amount we are going to calculate reserve for discount on debtor. We have to subtract it and bring the amount in outer column. Always remember, this will be your last adjustment. First new bad debt, new RDD, then only reserve for discount on debtors will come. Now see the second effect, P&L debit side, that is profit and loss account debit side. If discount is given in this sum, then this amount is going to be added into discount, that is to discount on debtors. We will add it and amount will come in outer column. If discount is not given, we will just write to discount on debtors and amount will come in outer column. The next adjustment is reserve for discount on creditors. First effect, balance sheet liability side, it is related with the creditors. So first we will subtract this amount from creditors, and second effect will come here P&L credit side, because we have received the discount from the creditors, it is our income, so P&L credit side. Again, if in this sum they have given you discount on credit side, we will add this discount, and if it is not given, we will just write by discount on creditors. The next is unrecorded sales. Unrecorded sales means what here? Here we are preparing final account and company has closed all their books of accounts. But on the last day of the business, the company has sold the goods, and therefore we have to record this transaction in the books of accounts. So directly the effect will come in our sales. Just see here students, the first effect of unrecorded sales, we are going to add here in our sales, that is given here trading account credit side, add it, and after that only we have to subtract here sales written if it is given in the sum. Now it means we have sold goods on credit basis, therefore from this much of amount our debtor is going to be increased. So therefore the second effect will come balance sheet asset side. In sundry debtor, first we are going to add unrecorded sales and then the other adjustment will come. Now the next is unrecorded purchase. Unrecorded purchase means on the last date of the business, company has purchased the raw material as all books of account is closed. So finally this amount we are going to add to our purchase. So therefore trading account debit side we are going to add this unrecorded purchase, and then we will minus here purchase written if it is given. And the second effect of unrecorded purchase, it will come here balance sheet liability side, sundry creditor, we are going to add it because we have purchased on credit basis, and from this much of amount our creditor it is going to be increased, therefore we are going to add to the creditor. The next is interest on capital. Interest on capital, this adjustment, it is related with the partners, and therefore the first effect will come here, partners capital account credit side. And if we have opened partners current account, then also it will come here, partners current account credit side. But students, always remember, interest on capital is always, it is going to be charged on capital amount, not on the current amount. If it is given a fixed installment method, in that case they will give you both capital amount and current account amount. But we have to calculate this interest on capital amount. So therefore the first effect will come here, partners capital or current account credit side by interest on capital, and this is the expenses from the company's point of view. Therefore the second effect will come, profit and loss account debit side. The next is interest on drawing. Interest on drawing, it is charged on the drawing. The first effect, partners capital or current account debit side, and the second effect, profit and loss account credit side. Students, we should know that interest on drawing, it is an income, therefore it has come credit side in profit and loss account. The second here, interest on loan. Loan, it appears on the liability side, and therefore when we are going to calculate interest on it, we need to consider the period also. It means when the loan has been taken. So interest we are going to add on loan, and it is expenses, therefore the second effect will come, profit and loss account debit side. Now the next is interest on investment or debenture or bond. Investment, debenture or bond, it is the assets, and therefore when we are going to calculate interest on it, again we need to consider the period when all these assets have been taken. Interest we are going to add on the respective assets. It is a revenue income, therefore the second effect will come, profit and loss account credit side. The next is bills receivable dishonor. Bills receivable, it is our assets, and when it is dishonor, it means our debtor amount, it is going to be increased. So this is the adjustment where the effect will come on the asset side. So first we are going to subtract it from bills receivable, and second effect we are going to add into our debtor. The next is bills payable dishonored. Bills payable, it is our liability. It's dishonor, it means we are not able to do the payment, therefore our bill amount is going to be reduced, and with the same amount our creditor, it is going to be increased. Therefore first we will subtract it from bills payable, and we are going to add to sundry creditors. The next is goods distributed as free sample. Students, remember, whenever any adjustment that is related with the goods, the first effect will come trading account credit side. So goods distributed as free sample, first effect trading account credit side, and the second effect profit and loss account debit side. The next is goods taken by partners for personal use. Again it is related with goods, therefore the first effect will come trading account credit side, and the second, it is your additional drawing, therefore it will come partners capital or current account debit side. Adjustment number 20, insured goods destroyed by fire. It means we have taken insurance of our goods, and this is the only adjustment in which we have to give three effects. The first effect, it will come trading account credit side, with full amount of goods. Second effect, profit and loss account, debit side, the amount that we have not received from the insurance company, that is the loss amount. And the third effect, on the asset side, the insurance claim that we have received from the insurance company. Adjustment number 21, uninsured goods destroyed by fire. Now, uninsured means what? We have not taken any insurance. Therefore, it is a total loss from the company's point of view. So, the first effect, trading account, credit side with full amount. And the second effect, profit and loss account, debit side with full amount. The next is goods stolen. Goods stolen, again it is a loss from the company's point of view, and therefore the first effect, trading account, credit side, and the second effect, profit and loss account, debit side. Till here we have done all the adjustment that is given directly, but some of the adjustments which are hidden and they will give here in trial balance. Let us see here adjustment number 23, that is insurance, and below it is written here, for example, paid till June or July, whatever that they will mention in this sum. It means insurance has been paid for the next few months. Our year ends on 31st of March and we have paid insurance more than that period, maybe till the month of June or July. So whenever we are paying in advance, it is our prepaid. Therefore, the effect of prepaid is, first we will subtract it from the insurance, and the second effect, it is prepaid, therefore asset side prepaid insurance. The next is rent. Again it is given here in bracket paid for 9 or 11 months. Now it means we have paid rent either for 9 months or for 11 months or whatever the period that they will mention in the sum. Now if it is paid for 9 months, it means we have to still pay for 3 months. If it is paid for 11 months, it means still we have to pay for 1 month. Therefore, it is outstanding. So outstanding rent we are going to add to the rent, and it is our liability, and therefore the second effect will come here, liability side, as outstanding rent. The last adjustment is adjustment number 25, wages paid for installation of machinery wrongly recorded in wages account. It means wages we have paid for installation of machinery, so therefore this amount we have to add into the machinery, but by mistake we have added this into the wages. Therefore the first effect will be, we have to subtract this from wages, and second effect, balance sheet asset side we are going to add in our machinery account. The next is steps to solve sum. Students, just go through all the 9 steps that has been given. It is going to help you to solve the sum of final account. Do the practice very well and make it sure that your sum will get over within 30 minutes. So students, we have done today pro forma of trading account, profit and loss account, partners capital account and balance sheet. Adjustment and its 2 effects we have discussed all. So in the next class we are going to start with this sum. And I have given you assignment. Just go through this, learn all the items that is going to be appear either in trading account, profit and loss account, partners capital or current account and balance sheet, and you have to learn all adjustments and its effect. Without that it is not possible to do final account. Thank you students. Please take care.